they lose the fight because they can't run away from a Sivir and her entire team. But Pantheon, first ban coming in.
Here we go.
I don't want to deal with that. Still, Jarvan is going to be open, Lee Sin is going to be open as well. In this case, if we look at the bans right now, Rengar again against Crumbs, don't want to deal with it.
We see actually the Rengar banned out after Crumbs did so well on it in the very first game of the day. A Syndra ban and a Zed ban, 2 mid lane targeted again.
Yeah, we see some very different bans here. Suddenly Syndra now. We don't want to deal with the Syndra from before. Sivir being banned away as well. So
the Prophets.
Basically saying, how did you beat us last game? Here's 3 very strong picks. We're going to ban every single one of them.
Here's the thing. It actually shows that Dignitas and AHES are pretty bad in terms of vision control. Because if those champion picks work like Pantheon, Rengar, Sivir, it means you're out of position. You don't know where to be at the right time. And it actually shows that both teams are pretty weak in terms of vision control and how to play the objective-based game. They're more like, okay, they try to outmatch each other on lanes, whereas Dignitas has a better top side. AHES has actually a better bot side. You know, I know how to be in a position. I mean, I was in a team where we had like a super bot lane sided map of the game.
Gnar just got first picked here.
Yeah, no.
While Lissandra and Jarvan were still open.
Okay,
this is one of the best combos you can get on this patch. You have fantastic early game, you have extremely strong TP ganks from Lissandra, and you have so much crowd control already from these 2 picks here. You can just set up plays left and right, and if you're out of position against this, you will die instantly.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas has been out of position last game, and I want to see how they match up against Lissandra and Jarvan, because that gets punished even harder.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You get punished for being out of position, like way harder than against the Sivir Pantheon.
And even again, you don't even tell anything by having Lissandra and Jarvan, because you don't know who's going to go mid lane. Is it going to be Lissandra mid lane? Irelia could be locked in for the top lane in this case. You camp early on, it's a good matchup against the Gnar, and suddenly you now have a winning top lane, you have a safe mid laner in Lissandra as well. And that can be really, really bad. I do like the fact we get the Janna lock in. We talked about it in the last game where for some reason Lee Sin got locked in by Crumbs. Instead of taking the Janna when they already knew the Pantheon was on the other side here for Aces High, where Janna of course is great at disengaging. In the last game they had 0 disengage available to them once the teamfight actually started.
And if this Corki comes out, I would be very excited to see Holy Phoenix on that.
Extremely strong. Like getting Corki here is huge actually, because Corki is such a universal pick right now. He's great at team fighting. You can kind of build attack speed for like more auto attack heavy team fighting, whereas Sword Boots Corki is like more for poke. So if they actually get the power spike on Corki early, if they 2-2 and Corki does well in lane, I can actually see them instantly grouping up for
a problem could be this Lissandra, because you have Corki now, a lot of magic damage already, which would tell us we're going to have a physical mid laner being locked in. And
I would love to see Jace actually.
Yeah, Jace is open here, so Dignitas at this point need to consider the fact that Jace could be the lock-in for Aces High. There's so much magic damage already. You have a great siege you can set up with Corki and the Jace. Do it around this 20-minute mark. We have 24 source boots, and also your Jace almost has stacked his tier up, and that's an absolutely insane power spike you can use. And if you ever want to dive, if you poke someone low, Jarvan and Lissandra can make it happen.
Yeah, in my book it's just a miss, like in preparation error. I think the first pick Jarvan would have been better here in this game, because both Gnar and Lissandra are open, so you have like a bit of room there and can pick the other. So I think just leaving Jarvan open like this and then giving Lissandra and Jarvan to the enemy team is actually a huge misplay in my book.
Yeah, and we see a pick coming in here with you have the Elise with the Cocoon, you have LeBlanc for the single target burst, and obviously Graves can also blow up a target. Problem is, again, you're not running a lot of hard engage. You're going to rely on landing a stun from the Gnar maybe, or a chain or Cocoon landing in. So if Jace, I really, really hope they do play Jace here. If they lock it in, there's not enough engage on the side of Dignitas here to stop them from sieging. And again,
there we go. You
have disengage available. Lissandra is great at kiting. Sona is not the best option, but at least you can speed up your team. And if they finally get to engage, crescendo in your face.
I really like the draft here. Just the Sona pick makes sure that they actually win the lane. The Sona pick is like out of laning phase, not so good, like could be bad, but it makes sure that they actually realize their bot lane is actually really good and did a great job of snowballing. And the Sona pick is very, very strong in laning phase, especially combined with the Corki. So I can see their bot lane winning, and yeah, I'm actually really excited to see how this game plays out.
We're gonna need to see some beautiful cocoons from Crumbs here if Dignitas want to start any fights against this comp from Aces High. So I really like the draft from Aces High here, and they have every chance to take this game.
A lot of pressure on Crumbs' shoulder to make that shoulders to make those engages happen. We'll see if he can. We'll be back right after this with deciding Game 3 between Dignitas and Aces High.
Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. We're moving into game number 3 of Dignitas versus AHES High. We saw the Dignitas management there on the front row and probably not feeling all that great after game number 2.
No, honestly, and looking at those pick and bans, I would be very nervous.
Yeah, there was no smile on his face at all. I mean, Odie is a pretty straight-faced guy, but he's usually not that straight-faced, so.
In England, we call it Mardy. You're welcome, Odie. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, moving into game number 3, we talked a little bit there briefly about these picks and bans. AHES High have a really scary-looking lineup on more than one different front, really.
Yeah, they have pretty much the whole package. They have strong poke coming out of the mid lane with Jace. They have engage and disengage with the Lissandra. They have a tank that has engage, team buff with Jarvan, and they have Sona for the sustain and also engage and disengage, and they have poke from Corki. Like, they literally have everything you could want in this team comp. So if they get ahead, it's going to be a really rough time for Dignitas.
So lots of pressure, as Deficio said, on Crumbs' cocoons, and I think Shifter really needs to get Wrecking Face in that mid lane. It's actually been fairly calm mid lane, especially the last game. You think of it, despite the fact it was big scores for Theocles, you know, towards the Holy Phoenix, etc. And actually, we should also give a massive mention to Noxiac in that last game, 0-1, 30 out, 33 kills. The mid laners haven't really had the big high scores that we used to see. Now that Shifter's back on the block like he was in game 1, where he did well, I feel there's a lot of pressure on him. No deep wards coming out. Dignitas have been very confident, storming the jungle the last 2 matches. Maybe this is a sign of just how scared and a little bit worried they are in this one, because the set plan is Dignitas Gambit tomorrow. Everybody knows that. But AHES High said, we'll see about that. And this team comp, this is good. This is scary stuff for them. Lane phase is a big deal, though. There's been a lot of focus on the top lane in the previous matches. We'll see if that continues, because Thaldron and Theocles is a pretty scary combo.
Yeah, I think a big factor in this game is Crumbs needs to change up his game plan, because you saw in the previous 2 games, he just pretty much camped the living hell out of top. Like, he just sat there like the whole game and didn't get anything out of it in the second game. The Castle actually ended up getting ahead and made more TP plays, so the bottom lane is the big problem in this game, and Sona's an easy champion to gank, especially with Elise, so they need to show a little bit of love down there. So I think that's one of the reasons why Elise is starting on the top side of the jungle, so that he can make his route to go down to the bottom and put pressure there.
Well, let's find out. Crumbs there going to be starting off his blue buff. Meanwhile, the Krug's going to be going down to Dignitas here early on. Get them on most of the way up towards that level 2. We also saw Gromp start for Holy Phoenix and Noxiac. So coming in there with similar kinds of experience. We'll see exactly how they go, and that sustain, the poke coming out of Sona will be a bit of an issue this time around for Dignitas. We'll see exactly how this bottom lane goes. To be fair, AHES High have really had the advantage in that bottom lane for both of these games so far.
Yeah, you can see Crumb's actually pathing straight to his right. I guarantee you. Like, they saw that he warded that brush in the bottom. Like, they need to be communicating that. They know that there's no wards in the river.
Uh-oh, we talked about the Raptors. I remember a lot of junglers upstairs saying how scary those Raptors are right now. Theocles almost found out, almost went down to them.
Yeah, the Raptors claim many victims, man. It wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, and luckily, you don't lose your buffs now when you die to minion camps. That's good of Riot to really help Broken Shard out on that front.
Did you know that in the patch notes, or did you find out in game?
I'd be lying if I said it was the patch notes. Oh wait, no, I only played Warwick in 420, so actually I didn't die to anything.
Yeah, good save, man.
Kind of true. He actually did.
Yeah, I did. I actually did die to a blue buff once. But that's a different story, and not really all that interesting. If you've ever seen me play League of Legends in the past, that could happen a couple of times. But at least I can, land my smite.
All right, I haven't seen it, so like, you just.
I'm not saying that it's the right time, but just getting it out.
You just press it right at the start of the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
be safe, land it right at the start.
Hey, I always hit my smite on champions, all right? I get the chillin' smite now. You can't miss it. It's pretty hard to miss. Like, my smite was down. I smited the Lissandra. Like, I got her. You see it?
You got an excuse now. It's like,
God bless you,
why you miss smite? Saying, I didn't have it, guys. I used it in the last team fight. Here we go, though. We are going to see Theocles coming around, and they are going to possibly take down Shifty. That's a nice little flash, but will they be able to actually lock him up here? Red buff burn, not enough, and Shifter is walking away from that one. However, flash burn could be bad times for him if Theocles comes back around again.
Yeah, I'm like really disappointed in Crumbs here. He had the gank route. He knew where the wards were. It was all set up for him. It was like perfectly lined up, and he just didn't do it. Meanwhile, Theocules, that's a hard name to say, almost died to the Raptors, and he managed to put more gank pressure out on the map. So, I mean, maybe Crumbs is a little hesitant. He's choking a little bit from that last game, but we'll see.
Well, flash down though for Shifter, so we'll see whether there's a return visit on him. Here is Crumbs coming round. Pink ward goes down. Hello, Tribush ward. And that is going to stop that gank in its tracks. Or is it? Who knows? Let's find out. At the moment, though, Avenue in this mid lane, with a CS advantage building up over Shifter. Did force him away a moment ago. Has to be careful because Shifter's been jumping on his face, but not afraid to use that Q just to block down. And we'll go back to Bai or Willie. I'm not too sure Shifter's going to let him. He probably wants to get that tier stack in ASAP.
And we are seeing once again Crumbs down on this bottom side of the map. There was a ward inside of the river brush though, so Spider gonna be foiled once again. There's a nice Howling Gale though. Gets a knock up onto 2 men. Can Crumbs actually make the impact that we're expecting? Valkyrie in the last second, but he actually lands a cocoon in the end. Has to repel away because we're gonna see a TP coming down. There is Jarvan joining in as well. What are they gonna get from this one? The claw coming in. It's actually first blood going over to Sona, and they get the knock up on Crumbs. He's in trouble here, but they're not gonna dive. They learned the lesson in game number 1 when it came to diving, and that leaves them with first kill and 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, you know that Dignitas has to be feeling really bad after that. The bot lane's been putting pressure on them the whole time, every single game, and they just gave up first blood to them. This is bad news for Dignitas.
Oh, they've gone back in. Kiwi Kid's in trouble. Holy Phoenix there. Oh, good catch there. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so. I think Kiwi Kid's got away with that one. His Howling Gale actually caught Thaldron coming through, and I think that was pretty much what saved his life, but it was weird. So I'm interested. Gamsu, it seemed like he cancelled his teleport, but it was before anybody had died.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have Meganar up. I looked at it when he came in, so he probably would have just died instantly the moment he came in. And he decided to push and get an advantage in the top lane, but he's been pushed in top lane the whole time, so he's the same CS as Lissandra, just TP'd in and got his team a kill. Yeah,
well, at the moment, we do take a look back towards his mid laners. Neither of these were in that fight at the moment. You know, just keeping the farm going at the moment, keeping it ticking. Both sitting on a chunk of gold. Nobody wanted to back down, it seems, despite the fact they've already hit level 6. They're trying to keep their farm ticking away. Thaldron did go back and buy in that top lane. Comes back out with himself the first stack. Is it going to be Umbrella Nomicon early on for him? He's going and wandering. Is it going to be a ward that he's going to stick down, or is he going to go for this gank in this mid lane? Remember, Flash still down on Shifter, and Thaldron certainly will close the ground. He's already at level 6. He will get spotted out by Crumbs' Spider, but he's still coming.
Yeah, I love how he just runs to the spider. He's like, that didn't see me. Like, I'm not here. Like, don't worry about it. He still keeps going.
Well, in the end, it didn't actually cost it because Crumbs totally missing the cocoon, threw it about 4 miles wide. And there he just walks back up onto that top lane. So Gamsu actually putting a ward inside of the Tribush. Actually will be transforming here in a second. That's some good little damage coming down. Hex Drinker start for Gamsu there. Will really help him out against that Lissandra in the top lane. Meanwhile, Shifter going aggressive there onto Avenue. Meanwhile, a cocoon comes flying through from that Raptor camp. Not landing either, though. And Aces High continue to hold the lead here. And there is Theocules coming through. He's going to have a bit of a ward war with Crumbs. We'll be able to take that ward away. And actually, he's just going to go flying over into the red buff camp. We'll lose the pink in the end, though.
Yeah, Crumbs was only level 4 in that skirmish, and Theocules was level 5 and he had the red buff, but he knew that LeBlanc was coming up and that the Jays couldn't get to him in time, so he's just like, you know what, I already had the advantage, I'm just going to play it safe and back off.
Yeah, Gamsu was also heading down, I think, from the top as well, so they were trying to triangulate on him. Instead, didn't work out. Bot lane, it's where we were talking about, where the ganks needed to happen, and they did. The problem is, it went Ace's highway, and Dignitas, they need to really get something, because you can see the CS differential from Holy Phoenix. He got that assist gold earlier on. And of course, because he went and got that phage towards the pickaxe, he's got the advantage in hit points, and he's not afraid to trade with Core right now.
One thing I want to point out is the mid lane item build. The Jays stayed in mid lane for so long, he ended up getting a Hex Drinker with the tier. And if you notice, Elise does magic damage and LeBlanc does magic damage.
Oh, going in for this one there. Crescendo comes over. Can they actually take Kiwi Kid down here? We do see Gnar coming in, and it's going to be Hole of Phoenix that will fall. Did get the kill before, but that's a killer piece for the AD carries. Meanwhile, Avenue, he's kind of in the middle of nowhere here. That's a flash in from Gamsu. Not sure if worth just let. It's going to be all about whether that cocoon can come through from Crumbs. I assume he already used it there, and I didn't notice it, as the Hex Drinker shield will be popped, and Gamsu gets the kill.
Well, I was about to say he got the Hex Drinker, so at least should never be able to kill him. But I guess having Gnar beating on you with a little boomerang kind of helps with that. But yeah, that was a really good turnaround with that TP. Definitely took advantage of that and punished them really hard.
Well, it's going to be the Dragon as well for Dignitas. They should be able to take this one down. I don't think Noxia's going to do anything about that one. It is mean the top lane is left open, of course. Doldren is pushing that one down, but I don't think he's going to get the tower before Gamsu's back there. He's already... No, he's going to go back to base. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get it. He can wipe out the wave when it comes around, so it seems it's going to be a tower trade. And Ace's High will lock up that first turret. Looks like, yeah, no problem. Don't think there's any issues. Don't even need the second wave for this rate.
Yeah, it's actually going to give them a pretty decent gold lead, too. Even though they did get the kills and they did get the dragon, they're still going to have the minor gold lead. And Jace is going to be really hard to kill in the mid lane, too, with that Hex Drinker. So he's just going to keep on farming and keep growing, getting stronger. And eventually he's going to reach his power spike. And they're just going to group up as a team and siege down a lane.
There's that tower going down. First one of the game, funnily enough, for AHES High. Let's see how that one all works out there. Crumbs.
Damn Raptors.
Getting a little bit low. Will not go down to it though, and will in fact just back off to base and then come back home. We actually saw Theocles going for Sightstone here as well, so actually going to be getting some nice vision. Blah. Let me try again. Words are hard today. Nice vision down for AHES High. Let's see what they can actually do with that one. Actually, it looks like he's going to try and make a bit of a move around the side. We'll throw a ward down. Won't spot, obviously, that ward's in there. So they've seen his position. They should know that he's going to be coming around.
Well, clever play, though, from AHES High. He knows that Crumbs is there. He goes aggressive. Cataclysm on towards him. This time around, he's not coming out at best. Crumbs is going to have to run and skitter away from this one. Shifter comes in around the side. But look at that. They're ready and waiting for him. Oh, popped out. Doesn't quite get locked up in time. Picks himself up the kill. Oh, the shield last second. Oh, he can't escape the collateral damage this time from Core. They do finally lock him up. But while that was all happening, the mid tower went down because Avenue kept on pushing, and they've got themselves their second turret of the game. The third one's about to fall. AHES High, once again, are pushing Dignitas to the limit.
And it looks like they're going to dive. There is the Crescendo going on towards Core. The dive in from Theocles, not really pushed away. It's a nice little monsoon, and Theocles will finish off the turret. It means now they can keep going on this one. Actually, they've all gone a little bit low, so trying now to back away. LeBlanc's going to be coming in from the side, but will Shifter have the cooldowns here to actually get in there? There's a knock-up from the Howling Gale. Doesn't quite go through, and the recall should be coming out from the bottom lane. Meanwhile, that entire time, Avenue had taken down the top turret. The middle outer turret. I think that actually happened during that little fight earlier on, and then pushed the wave all the way in onto that tower.
Yeah, it was a really nice tornado by Kiwi Kid. Actually, he saved him from that. He would have just gotten pancaked in between the Jarvan. But I really like what the Theocles is doing with the Sightstone in this game compared to what he did with Game 1. Because he's getting the deep wards in. He knows that the only thing that can go wrong with this game now is Elise making plays on his lanes. So he wants to find out where the Elise is, and he's getting the deep wards in, and he sees where he is, and he can take control of the game with that. And on top of that, they have a poke comp with Jace. So the only way that Jace can get engaged on is from the side. So if you just ward up the sides, you really have no play options as Dignitas.
And this is the big problem for Dignitas, because it's all about the lane phase for them. Like, they have to get ahead in the lane phase, because if they fall behind to this comp, I'm not too sure how they're going to fight AHES High. There's a big AE presence and a big poke comp presence. As Fisher said, they can just siege them down, no problem there. And at the moment, AHES High with a 3,000 gold lead, 13 minutes in, that's big in this patch.
Yeah, and on top of that, they just have a ton of engage too. So if they even poke them down to a little bit, like even like 75% with the Jace, they have so much engage, and they can just pile it on like Sona, Lissandra, Jarvan. It's all just going to come at you at once, and you're just going to get locked up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So unless Dignitas pulls some really good vision control and gets good flanks, it's going to be really rough for them to win this game.
Well, it is the third and final one. Score tied up at 1 apiece at this point. Gambit must be watching this and thinking, you know what, we can maybe beat both of these teams. Obviously, it'll be the first time seeing Gambit in quite a while, so interesting to see exactly what form they're in at this point. We'll find that out tomorrow, and the only thing we need to figure out for today is whether it's Dignitas or AHES High that go through to actually take them on.
Well, currently, AHES High are looking like the contenders. Gambit, of course, they've won countless Intel Extreme Masters, so we can never rule them out, no matter what match or form they're in, it seems. But
yeah,
AHES High, here we go. Court going in towards Phoenix. Phoenix taking a big trade. Holy Phoenix having to get away from that one. Will survive. No shifter to clean up this time around, but that leaves the bottom turret exposed, and it will be the second one for Dignitas. That's money they very much need right now.
Yeah, they actually managed to get down all the outer turrets except for the mid one, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them rotate over that. Looks like they're not going to give it up without a fight, actually.
Managing to keep it alive, at least for now. You see, it's not really got much more than 1 or 2 auto attacks left in it, though. So that should fall down.
The heal sustains are very good from Noxiac right now. It's like something that, obviously, while we're saying about Sona being obviously very weak, the sustain she offers in lane is always huge.
Yeah, she's weak against jungle ganks, but you saw they blundered the first gank, and you get ahead in that lane when you have all that poke and sustain, it's going to be really bad for you.
There's a blue buff donated over to Avenue on Jace, who will actually be going home to shop. It's like Brutalizer coming up next for him, picking up a pink ward as well. There's 3 of them currently in the bags of AHES High, so we'll see them putting them down. There's only 10 seconds or so until Dragon actually comes into play as well, so that could very well be the next fighting point here. And now you've got to kind of get in there, and you have to worry for Dignitas. Are they going to get poked down too low to even, think about contesting for this next one?
Yeah, they're going to be put in a really bad spot if they give up any kind of vision around this Dragon Pit. But I don't really like what Lissandra's doing here by staying top and splitting it out, because she needs to be in there to gain this vision control right away.
This is a risky start. If Dignitas pull that Dragon out, as you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of AE that can lock them up. If they get stuck and caught in the back of that pit, they're very much in trouble. But instead, AHES High actually pushing. They now have control of the mid wave, and you can see they're going across, warding out that jungle, and just going to try and shove it down. This is all buying time for Tholdren in that top lane. He's working down the inner turret. Start to put pressure on it. Next wave's going to come through. Nobody reacting. They do see the bottom turret. Core JJ will get that one down. But at the moment, it's AHES High that are dictating the pace. They're going to try and keep pushing that bottom wave. They're going to try and distract AHES High, and they may well have just done that. I'm not sure what Core JJ is going to do here, because he's going to have to back quickly, and that gives the Dragon, it seems, to AHES High.
Yeah, going to take that one here. The question is now whether Dignitas can actually fight for this one. Jungle not around. There's a teleport coming in from Lissandra on the top side as well. Who are they going to go for? Crumbs actually going up into the air. Will get finished off here in the end, and that will be 1 kill. Can they get any more? Gamsu will transform, but he is low as well. He has to now back away. Lissandra still has an ultimate available. Will use it there onto Core JJ. They get that one. They take out Janna, and all of a sudden Shifter and Gamsu are the last 2 men left alive, and Holy Phoenix is trying to chase Shifter down here. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to catch him, but they might be able to push this mid lane.
Yeah, and it's so funny about that fight is that the Jace didn't even have a boots, and Crumbs still missed the cocoon on him. Like, he had to hit that cocoon to win that team fight, take that Jace out of that team fight. And he just barely crawled away from the cocoon and managed to dodge little skill shots and ended up coming out ahead on that.
Well, AHES High get themselves the Dragon, get themselves the kills, and continue to hold that. Hey guys! Continue to keep that 3,000 lead. They just wanted to show us. Luckily, we weren't doing anything uncompromising there. It could have been worse. Could have been strangling Saints who came back to the screen or something like that. But blue buff for Shifter, and Dignitas again have to start scratching their heads and wondering, what is going on? What are we going to do to get out of this? Because at the moment, they are not playing as a team. Things are working wrong. And you saw it there, the one thing we've always said throughout all of League of Legends, if you're not a solid team, definitely don't attack in a multi-pronged strike on towards the Dragon. And that's what they tried to do. You can see Shifter was coming around the side, people coming from the back. Core JJ kind of backed, but they came back in the side. And it just went wrong, and AHES High quite happily took that fight.
Yeah, it looked like there was miscommunication. Core JJ tried to back, and then I guess they decided they want to fight all of a sudden, and then they missed the cocoon, and it's just everything's going wrong for Dignitas. They just can't quite get all on the same page and work their team comp out. And on top of it, it's a really hard team comp to work. They have a pick comp that has Gnar in there, kind of weird, so he has to wait to transform into Mega Gnar, and then Graves is this burst damage person, and I don't know. I don't know. I just hate their team comp, to be honest.
Well, that's one way to put it, I suppose. We'll see if they can claw their way back into this one. Currently, Baldrin 3-1-2 has a majority of the kills. And look at this, AHES high. They're just going to surely push down this middle lane. They've got 4 men there. Lissandra's still topside. No teleport available for him. Gnar is actually in his own jungle. They don't actually get as much damage onto that tower as I really expected. But, you know, Shifter's not anywhere there. Thaldrin's actually pushing down. A 4-1 push at this stage. And that turret in the top lane is also very low. Dignitas need to react on some front here. As Theocles going to go sliding through. There's a Cataclysm.
Problem is, you can see Shifter coming around the side any moment now. Straight in towards him. Holy Phoenix is... Fail Flash. That's going to be his life. Shifter will try and pick this one up. That's a double. And that actually worked out very well for Dignitas this time around. He flanked back in from the side. The Cataclysm, it was the right thing to do, but they just didn't have the vision on Shifter. And this time around, it's a 2-for-0. Let's see what Dignitas can take from this one.
Yeah, I feel like Jarvan was getting just a little bit too jumping the gun. I mean, they just need to wait to poke them down a little bit with the Jace before they go in at all. Like, that's just how you play Jace comps. You just poke them down a little bit, get a little chunk on them, and then you go in and you be aggressive. But instead, he just kind of EQ'd in, bought it out with Crumbs. He found him in the brush. He's like, oh, you're here. Like, die. And he just jumped on him, and he got flanked by the LeBlanc. Corki failed his flash, and it was just blunder after blunder.
See, though, still the lead is in the hands of AHES High, albeit now slightly diminished at less than 1,000 gold. See, buff's possibly going to be handed over to Holy Phoenix. Yep, he'll take the red away. Obviously, now added in that pickaxe on top of his Sorcerer Shoes and the Trinity Force. So, questions that we had earlier on the analyst desk about how he's exactly going to build this one seem to be answered. And Dignitas again just waiting off in the wings, trying to get a pick onto someone, most probably notably Sona, although to be fair with Morella, Nomicon and the workings of that DFG, Shifter can pretty much one pop someone.
Nobody saw that.
Tries to get over the wall, actually getting away there via his ultimate from that shot glass coming through the acceleration gate from Avenue. And right now, AHES High, this was my worry for them in game number 1. Like, how do they react to having a lead and turning that into a victory? This time around, it's a lot slimmer of a lead. Are they going to be able to do that again?
But, you know, I got to say, one thing's going for Dignitas. Kiwi Kid seems pretty confident. He bought a Soul Stealer. He's like, all right, I'm ready to go off, guys. Like, let's get some stacks, you know? Like, he's ready to do something. Maybe make those Janna power plays. We'll see, man.
Well, it does start with 5 stacks, so you kind of...
It's cost efficient.
It's cost efficient now. It's not as bad as it used to be, so we'll see if it works out for him. Dragon's up in 40 seconds. That's going to be the next focus target. Next team fight will be there. Aldrin this time doesn't have that advantage of shoving down the top lane. You can see that Gansu has picked that one off the side there. Double pink ward coming out. Little bit of hiccup there from AHES High. Actually, it's not a double pink. There's a normal and a pink. Either way, it's a double ward. And, well, they have position. They're going to get themselves the Scuttle Crab. And Dignitas, this is going to be... Is that the Cocoon? It's not the one they wanted. Crumbs could have gone for it. They could have maybe gone aggressive, but they need something different. And with that Zhonya's Hourglass on Baldrin now, he's not going to be afraid to engage.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just like flash ulti the LeBlanc or any of the carries and just you can hourglass himself right after that and he'll be completely safe. And he also has the option of ulting himself if he gets in a really bad spot. So they have really solid engage tools right now if they want to start this dragon and pull off of it. Because the Sona can heal any of like the damage the dragon does to it. Like that Sona is actually causing a lot of problems. Like she's being more problematic than I ever thought she'd be. Usually when you see Sona, you're like, wow, she's so easy to kill. Like this is easy, hooray! But
well, they split.
Oh, what are they gonna go for? Let's see. Nice little slow thanks to the smoke screen coming out. AHES High getting themselves, once again, positional advantage over the Dragon, and they're going to kick this one off. There's a ward in the back, though, so there is a possibility maybe for Crumbs to get in there and steal this one away. It's going to go, though, to AHES High. The fight is going to kick off as well. Crumbs having to repel. He was kept out of the fight thanks to the ultimate there of Thaldrin. He's going to have to use his Zhonya's there. His Sona getting the crescendo off. Will die straight away after. They're all so low here. Who's going to clean up? Thaldrin will be able to get himself off one. There's Shifter diving through, get themselves another kill. How many more can they get here though? We're going to see Jarvan coming back around. Shifter dives in, he's super low, will go back, that's his clone. Don't waste your time with that one. Boomerang will land, Holy Phoenix gonna go down. Gamzu gets that one, and in the end it's a 4 for 2 for Dignitas, but Aces High got the Dragon.
Yeah, I almost feel like that's more worth it for Dignitas with their team comp. I mean, they seem to like understand that the way they can win this is by flanking them from each side, and Aces High seem really confused and like there's a miscommunication going on there. You can see here like Stripter's going to come in from the back end, try to steal the Dragon. He ends up actually bursting the jungler down to like 10%, and he's just going to wait for his combo to come back up here. Lissandra blows her ultimate, but you see Corki's all the way on the right side. He's zoned out by the Gnar, and you just can't. They don't have the follow-up damage to kill Core JJ here. So everybody's so low, but there's just no focus fire.
Yeah, I think Gamzu did an absolute fantastic job of zoning him out there. Exactly what he needs to do on Gnar. So Dignitas 4-2 up in that fight. There was a giant stack pushing along the top as well, but that was being blocked off, which we just see the end of this replay. Gamzu will finally get himself that kill. So, bunch of kills on the board. Let's see what it equates to, because you can see the gold now is in favor of Dignitas. Theocles is going a little brave. It's just strolling through the jungle when he's only got the support of Sona. Now, of course, Soldrin is joining them. So, I think it's back to the drawing board. Slow and steady for Aces High here, because Dignitas have probably put the scare up them, and you know, see, Kiwi Kid knew what he was doing when he got that Soul Stealer.
Yeah, no, he's the prophet, man. He foresaw all this. He's like, 2 stacks, baby, coming in. I don't know. Nah, it's like, okay, so the real problems with these team fights are from the Lissandra, to be honest. Because if you look at the Gnar's items, he has Thornmail and Randuin's, and he has like a decent amount of magic resist, but he has not enough for like, if the Lissandra, she almost has her Void Staff completed. So once she completes that Void Staff, she's going to want to blow her whole load on the Gnar when he comes in. And then they have Jace and Corki who do a ton of damage, and they can all just melt the front line. And then Dignitas has to scatter, and they have no way to fight. So they just need to stay together as a unit, and then just focus fire individual targets, because that's how their team comp works best.
So, Shifter yeah, off to the side, actually spotted by a ward there inside the Raptor camp. Actually got away from the Shock Blast Acceleration Gate combo out of Avenue, and Aces High pretty much been stuck around this mid lane as a team of 5 really for quite a while now. We'll finally start to back away for that red buff, which goes over onto Holy Phoenix, and we see there the recalls coming around. That gives Thaldrin now Zhonya's Morellonomicon, going to blast him one in there with the Amp Tome, so looking like he's going to be picking up that Void Staff as he just actually finishes that one off there. So that's that for him. On the other side, looks like Infinity Edge will be coming next. On the other side, for Core JJ, he's now got that Static Shiv in with a bit of lifesteal from the Vamp Scepter on top of his Infinity Edge.
Shifter's been stood here for a while now. He's hoping that somebody comes down to this stack of minions, and it may well actually be Avenue. He's 5-0-2 with that DFG. He's got the capabilities to blow him up, but look at that, you saw Avenue there already. He's like, nope, checking every bush, every go. Oh, Noxiac, he's coming round. He might be the one that will go down there. He would absolutely get exploded if he is feeling bold. Avenue's down here. Let's see if he's going to pop out. Nope, not going to fancy it. I think he sees 2 people and he's just a little unsure of himself. And instead he's going to play it safe, which actually means he needs to rejoin his team because they were actually taking some poke in the mid.
You know, I'm actually surprised that the Graves went with the Merc Treads here when he's not scared of the Lissandra. I mean, he got ulti last team fight and almost killed and popped, but like QSS is such a cheap item now. I think it's only like 1,200 gold. I'm surprised he just didn't decide to go for the Zerkers to do more damage and be more of a threat, and then just get the QSS later. And then on top of that, Kiwi Kid is about to get Mikhail's Crucible, so he has that to get him out of it as well. So
Cutie Kid?
Yeah, Cutie Kid. He's the new guy. They merged Kiwi Kid and Cutie Pie.
What a scary bot
yeah,
that
into some
is.
monstrosity bot lane.
Does he have like the big hair?
Yeah, he has like a big beard, the big hair. Like, he has like 4 pairs of glasses. It's just... Oh my god, I have nightmares.
Yeah, I don't want to dream about that anytime soon, that's for sure. You see, again, Aces High seem to be struggling to find things to do at this point. I mean, they're 43 seconds away from the Dragon. We are going to see the fight kicking off. There's a Cataclysm flashed away from Theocles. That's bad timing for him to go solo, with Dragon number 3 coming onto the map here in just a moment's time. Will start his recall, but I'm not sure that he's going to be back there in time.
I think he got like a crit on every single hit there. He just blew him up. I didn't expect that, and I don't think he expected it either. He didn't even use his heal. He's just like, I'm out, and just died.
Yeah, the flash, heal, Valkyrie, I don't even think he got a chance to do it. Hello, Thaldrin's looking at flanking here. Dignitas just going to get a little poke. That's going to force them away from the turret. There's still only 4 members, remember. The Dragon is spawning now. Holy Phoenix is going to make his way straight down here. They need to delay this as quick as possible. Dignitas know it. They're going to go and try and rush this down. Have they got enough for just 4 people? Holy Phoenix won't join this fight until he gets in a moment. They're trying to delay it. Not going to happen. Dignitas pick it up with ease and actually go for the fight.
Yeah, Gamzu diving in. Shifter will join in as well. They've managed to kill off Zona. Can they get Jace as well? It's a flash, actually, from Avenue to get back towards the turret. Meanwhile, Holy Phoenix is in a little bit of trouble. Flashes away, but Shifter will be able to finish him off. There is the scrying orb over the wall just to get vision of everybody else. And just like that, Dignitas picking themselves up 2 kills after the Dragon as well.
Yeah, it seems like AHES High they're having like a breakdown on what they want to do. I mean, Corki just died. It's 4v5. You can't walk anywhere near that Dragon. You seem to say, yo, like, let's just give it up. It's only 2nd Dragon. It's not that big a deal. Holy Phoenix, he literally died, walked down to them, and then just died again, like instantly. It's just like, what are you doing, man?
Not quite the Annie we saw earlier from Zazas, but but
okay,
close.
Yeah,
but
nobody's
close.
gonna get that. Come on now.
So, what's next on the cards? Avenue just going to be clearing out a bit of vision, actually taking the crab as well. Might look to steal this blue. Now he's actually up in the tri-bush now, recalling, so no more action to be had there around the Baron buff. Thaldrin also just recalling home as well. So, a bit of purchasing going on now for AHES High. But again, they need to kind of fix this. We're just stood in the mid lane, all 5 of us running around and, I don't know, talking about the weather.
Yeah, Core JJ is actually a full item up now on Holy Phoenix, so they're gonna have to. They have to deal with him now. They have to like pop Core JJ. Before they could actually focus the Nara and would have been okay, but now that he's like got this BT, you have to pop that Graze, or else he's just gonna tear your team apart. Because they don't have too much armor or even too much of a tank. The Jarvan, he has a lot of magic resist, but you know, where's the armor? Like Core JJ is the one that's gonna kill you, not the LeBlanc. It's gonna be the Nara and Core JJ. So I don't know.
Well, that Nara is in their jungle. They're definitely playing a lot more defensive now. Holy Phoenix, not sure he wants to challenge for this red buff. That's a risk with Gamsu nearby. Shifter at 702 would absolutely fancy another pop at Holy Phoenix, but instead will back away. And they continue to just dodge out. Avenue on this Jace hasn't actually had that great an impact just yet. He's finally converted their mirror mana, so he's got his mana immunity completed. But you know, Dignitas has been doing a good job of avoiding the shock blast, basically. He's been trying either that or he's just really bad at landing them.
I think I'm going to go with the latter one on that. He has the items to carry the game. Like, he has the Mirror Mana completed. He has the Last Whisper. Like, those are your core items you want on Jace. And yeah, he just hasn't been hitting the clutch shock blast, and his team hasn't been setting up around it. So yeah, it's really hard for him to get objectives. Like, you have to hit the shock blast with Jace to get any kind of work done with it.
Well, let's see if they can actually do that now, because they're going to get into a siege position on this middle inner turret. Some big shield coming out from Kiwi Kid, and actually they might get a fight off here. Theocles going very, very low. Thaldrin will dive into the middle. They managed to kill Graves. That's surely the go sign at this point. Crumbs is low, but look at the impact that Gamzu's having. Got 2 of them low. Shifter is going to try and get in there. Does get a bit of burst off. Will actually get shut down. Didn't kill off Holy Phoenix as well. Avenue will have to try and hammer Gamzu back away. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure why he's not going for Kiwi Kid there. And that will be a 3 for 2 in favor of Dignitas. Very close fight, though.
It's not over yet. You can see Thaldrin's back in that mid lane, and actually they're very low around there. Holy Phoenix is being chased. He needs to try and get back to his team. Thaldrin's just abandoned him. Gansu's give up chasing. Holy Phoenix will get away. tight fight. 3 for 2, still in Dignitas' favor, but that could easily have gone very wrong. Look at the hit points all across the board flashing away.
Yeah, for how that fight started with Jarvan basically becoming useless because he's so low health, I think that actually went pretty decent for Aces. I don't know how they're going to deal with this Gnar, though. He has a Warmogs now, so yeah, they're gonna have to literally focus every single piece of their damage on killing him. But how are they gonna do that when LeBlanc's flanking from the side and Core JJ is just unloading a ton of damage with his items now? So it's gonna be really difficult to teamfight with that until they get a little bit more damage.
Let's see. Looking down at that Medjai's. We have 15 stacks for Kiwi Kid. Not quite the fully stacked out that Noxiac had, but then again he had 30 assists out of 33 kills, so it's kind of easy to stack it up when you've got those kind of stats going your way. Let's see, are we going to get the push back here? There's the claw coming out, but no actual follow through from that one. Nice little shock blast. One of the first I think that we've seen really land there from Avenue. Really needs to be on point with them, especially when they start to get in those siege scenarios where every little bit of damage counts. Gamsu currently Mega Gnar, only going to be little, I don't want to say squishy Gnar, because he's not exactly that at this point. There is the dive in though. Thaldrin going to get his ulti off. Can they pick up the kills though? Gamsu has gone low. There's a dive away. Theoculus is very, very low. Once again, they're trying to run away. Thaldrin actually will get caught up. That's 2 kills now for Dignitas.
They're going to keep on chasing. Can they go on towards the Jace? He's so low. There it is. The double kill for Core JJ. They can take the towers and rip through the base. Noxiac, the only man standing between them right now. Holy Phoenix trying to get back to that fountain as quick as possible. Can he get back in here? No, he's going to stick around. That's risky, risky stuff. And Dignitas will keep on pushing through the base. They're going to take the inhibitor, and that will be all, unless they can get a kill. And Noxiac goes down. Get themselves a nice little exit frag. No idea what he was doing sticking around there. But, well, they cleaned up just in time. Dragon back available. All back to Dignitas.
You know, that was actually almost a really nice play. He ended up dodging out the Gnar engage and getting on top of Core JJ. But they have Mikhail's Crucible, so he just insta-cleansed the Lissandra ultimate and just cleaned up after that.
So, I just want to point out, Kiwi Kid now rocking in a roll in 18 stacks and got the needlessly large rod now. I want to see what he's up to. He's up to 286 ability power on that Janna. It's working out well.
Why did I ever question the Cutie Kid monster? It knew all along. Oh, I was a fool.
But look at this play. Aces high. Ooh. Looking for a Baron and have to back away because there's a teleport in from Gamsu. Those wards in position for them. They got vision of it and nicely prevented there by Team Dignitas. So let's have a look at the overall picture here. 5,000 gold lead, 21 to 10 kills, 9 of which are with Shifter. You've got a 4-0-10 Gnar that's kind of tanky at this point with our Warmogs, the Randuins and Thornmail and a Hex Drinker in there as well. Definitely hard to deal with. I saw in that last fight, and I think in the last 2 or 3 fights, that he's done really well, Gamsu, getting in there, making sure that his ultimate locks up the right people.
Yeah, and actually looking towards Shifter as well. You know, we were talking how he did so well with LeBlanc in, I think it was game 1. 9-1-5 again.
Dead.
Make that 10-1-5. He's at 695 ability power, I think. No, 652 ability power. So, yeah, as we just proved, almost a demonstration right there on the screen how quick he can take down the likes of Asona. And actually, he could probably do similar to even Avenue or Holy Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't think anybody on their team outside of maybe the Jarvan can actually survive the LeBlanc burst. So that's going to make it a real problem as a vision controller as Baron, because who's going to... Oh.
That's a dead Jace.
Who's going to go in and actually check for this Baron? Who's going to be able to put the ward in? So they're just going to choke off all their vision and then just set up for pick after pick a Baron and just going to end the game off of that.
Oh, now they're walking straight headlong, blind into things. Theoculus going to try and run away from this one. Crumbs is just going to get away, repels out. Core JJ picks himself up another. Thaldrin's going to try his best to get away from this one. Next to no hit points. Core JJ continues to chase. Can he single out Holy Phoenix? We are going to have Noxiac coming in. They shouldn't be chasing this fight. I don't understand why they're still going in. Oh no, there we go. Cocoon lands on Holy Phoenix, straight into Core JJ. Should just be able to dash back in and get a couple of shots on him. Nope. It's going to let him live But I think that's purely by choice.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be like, all right, whatever. You can live today, I'll get you later, but I'm going to get this Baron with the Santa hat over here.
Well, let's see. There is the teleport coming down from Thaldren.
Scary.
Yeah, it was a little bit lackluster running away. Crumbs is actually really low, so he needs to be careful that he actually survives. He doesn't have smite up. That should be up in time, though. A shifter going to blow up Holy Phoenix, and now they're going to look for even more. Now going to dive in. Good little crescendo, but they can't even kill off Gamzu. He will transform there. There's the Sonya used by Thaldren, and that means just is easy to finish off. Did get 2 on his way out, though. And that should be enough to actually stop them doing Baron by the looks of it.
Yeah. Almost the Dignitas Telltale Baron throw right there. That was close.
Well, you know, the big problem with that was Kiwi could actually ulti late. If he ultied when they started the Baron with all the AP he has, he would have fully healed their entire team and it would have been a safe Baron. But I guess he just wanted to hold it to maybe disengage or knock somebody out, smite steal, I don't know.
He got 20 stacks as well, so he could have used that all that might and power of the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, man. Be the nurturing caretaker for your team and heal them, Kiwi Kid. Come on now.
So 27-12 currently. A 6,000-7,000 gold lead for Dignitas. And of course they have themselves 2 towers up. No Baron. Actually 3 dragons. 3 dragons to Dignitas, 2 dragons to AHES High. So still pretty close on that stakes. And let's not forget, AHES High still have it in them to land the wombo combo, the combined effect of maybe a crescendo, maybe Thaldren getting in there, maybe Theocles picking a target off and getting them destroyed. If they can get on a shifter quick and early, or Core JJ, there's still big problems for Dignitas.
Yeah, they can actually catch shifter out. I could definitely see them winning a team fight. But don't forget, they have the Mikhail's Crucible almost up, so even if they do decide to lock him down with a Son Ultimate or Lissandra CC, it's going to be kind of hard to keep him there with that.
Well, this Baron, I feel, is going down. Saw the recall from Theocles. He's got smite, but he's sadly for him not even anywhere close to that one. It will go down. There's Dignitas picking up the Baron, and well, Noxian probably going to get 4-shotted here. Gets away, funnily enough. Has to use a crescendo in the end, but will he actually be able to escape this one fully? One more auto attack might be enough. There's a flash in from Core JJ, but he's gone too deep. He's going to get picked off there in the end. The question is now, who do they go for? Shifter comes around the side. They get themselves one. Howling Gale, Kiwi Kid flashing in. Good little knock-up from Theocles, but they have to flash again over the top of the wall, and now Dignitas have this open inhibitor.
It's a 3v4. They're going to get the inhib down. Will they get more? That's the question. I'm not too sure if they're going to risk pushing in, because there is half hit points on Crumbs. We also saw just how quick someone can get blown up if they can focus them. So they got Core JJ, they didn't get Shifter. That was the problem. He came around the side, and let's not forget, Gamsu is a gigantic monster right now when he transforms, causing them all sorts of problems. So, Dignitas, get the Baron buff, get the inhib down. They have a big chunk of minions on their bottom inner turret, which I believe is close enough to take it down. There we go. Just finishes that off. So, AHES High get themselves a 4th turret of the game. They're not out of it yet, but they're in a precarious position.
Janna's got 513 AP.
Death cap complete.
Yeah, she's actually the carry on the team now. He's like, step aside, guys. Like,
those Howling Gales will hurt.
Yeah, what is this full charge with that much AP is probably like 700. Something ridiculous. Like, it might just one-shot somebody. We'll see. I don't know. I'd be scared of that Janna. Yeah, the shields do 500 shield. So even if you do catch somebody out and they get Janna's shield, and then you're gonna have the ultimate from Janna, and then you have the Mikhail's Crucible. It's just gonna be really hard killing that person.
Yeah, you got to feel with those kind of numbers that could probably just push through and fight at this point, win the game. They're gonna take down another dragon. That will be dragon number 4, actually, going over there to Dignitas. Once they, you know, actually finish it off. There we go. It's Crumbs on his own there that will do that one, getting himself that extra minion damage, and now they're going to start to move around, and you have to feel it should be just a matter of time here for Dignitas. They take that inner turret. They've got those buffed minions as well, which mean ACES have to push out a little bit. They've got Gnar pushing that top lane as well, and there is Shifter actually diving in.
Wow.
And, well, combine that with the Burst of Graves, and you've got your first kill.
Yeah, just destroyed him. No chance there. The power and the mobility of Shifter and Core JJ just exploding Aces high. I'm not sure they could do anything to stop this one. Look at that. CoreJJ just chunking down Thaldron. Theocles in trouble. Thaldron doing anything he can to survive, but I don't think it's enough. Dignitas get themselves another. They're pushing through the rest of Aces high. They should clean up here and get the win. Finally, it's been a long time coming, that's for sure. A really touchy game for Dignitas overall. Everybody was expecting a clean sweep 2-0. We were expecting a clean sweep 2-0, but they do make it through to face Gambit tomorrow. And well, they haven't finished yet. They're still chasing Theocles.
Went a little bit early there on the end of game mode, but they do finally finish that one off. They wanted to get one more kill, and I think it's going to be relief more than anything for Dignitas there. The start of this game did look a little bit shaky for them. They, of course, lost out in big style in game number 2. I think there's a lot to be improved if they're to beat Gambit.
Well, I gotta say, that's like CoreJJ's redemption game here. He ended up 14, 5, and 11. He made those power plays mid, picking off the Holy Phoenix in one of those fights, and he did a lot to win this game. And I think him and Shifter just took over the game. Gamsu played a really good top lane tank. He's a really good front line, and just everybody came together at the end.
Crumbs exercising his right to, freedom of sweatpant wearage on stage here in Intel Extreme Masters. Looking good, my friend. But yeah, I mean, a scary game. Aces High, I think, can be proud of what they've achieved here. I mean, pushing them in game number 3, taking down game number 2 as well. They have 2 substitutes. Let's not forget this. This was a really shaky Dignitas performance against a team who, massive underdogs in the first place, come with 2 subs, making them even bigger underdogs, and still have to take 3 games and a 45-minute game to actually win it.
I'd actually be pretty happy if I was in their shoes. I mean, nobody expected them to even come that close, and they definitely put up a fight, and they definitely contended with it. And Dignitas is a middle-of-the-pack LCS team, so that's nothing to laugh at.
Well, I feel that Shifter was a little bit of a spanner in the works, honestly, on that LeBlanc as well. Constantly just managing to single someone out, pop them, make it a 4v5 fight. But what a fantastic performance overall. Dignitas, though, while they did win it, they're going to look at themselves, and Gambit are going to be thinking, we got a pretty good chance here.
I think so as well. I mean, there were some shining performances in that one. Maybe it is just, first game of the tournament blues, if you like, for Dignitas, and they'll come back a lot stronger tomorrow. We're, of course, going to find that one out. But first of all, we are going to head over to the analyst desk with the guys to break.